All right, we are live. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to take a breath while I get everybody on here. If you're joining me now, take a deep breath with me. I want you to really land. All right, we are going live here. Let me just make sure everything is hooked up. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. I am so excited for everybody to be here today. We are talking about something so freaking powerful. Woo! We are talking about something so freaking powerful and amazing that so many of you RSVP'd for. I can't believe it. So if you're catching me here live, say hello. Let me know that you are here. And if you are catching the replay, let me know that you are watching the replay. All right. So good to be here, everybody. All right. So let me just get on my notes because this is a freaking big one that we are talking about. Like this is a topic that is for absolutely my favorite kind of woman out there. And oh, like hold on a second, I just lost my notes. Of course, this is a big one, so I'm getting like a lot of downloads right now. The women that I'm talking to in this video today are those of you that are showing the fuck up and you are elevating and you are growing every day and you're building and you're always doing your best. So if this is you, whether you're watching us live, hi, or whether you're catching the replay, do hashtag replay. Let me know that you're here. Let me know. Let me know if you're the kind of woman that feels like you are fucking doing it or you're killing it or you're like pushing and like me, like I see problems and I know how to fix them and I go after them and I really like everything to be good, right? And my husband always says this to me. He's like, one thing that he loves about me, he says that I'm always doing my best. At the same time, a lot of you might have RSVP to this live because you might be struggling with your partner, right? And first, I just want to totally normalize this and say, hey, it's totally fucking okay. All right. Like we all go through struggles in our business, in our life, being moms, being daughters, all the things. Like I really want to normalize that we struggle in our relationships. I too struggle in my relationships sometimes, and it's freaking okay. Um, but what we're talking about is not just letting it be okay, right? I'm not just going to be here to be like, I get it, right? Because there's so many conversations out there um, that are being led by women that are feeling like they're really stuck and they're really struggling, or that men can't do certain things, or that relationships can't give us certain things. And I really want to dispel that, okay? Because while it's true, right, that you might feel that he's not growing alongside of you, or that like you're really frustrated because you're not getting the energy back from your relationship that you might be getting in your business or in your spirituality or with your friendships or like with yourself, right? Like you feel like, all right, everything, we're doing it, it's happening, but I'm not getting that in my relationship. Like I just want you to know this is a super common issue, which is why today I'm going to be sharing my absolute favorite thing to teach women like you, because it's honestly just like so simple to fix and it's nothing that anybody taught us. And yeah, and it's so great. So I'm going to teach you today because most women don't realize that y'all are doing one thing that is making it fucking impossible. So I'm a very results oriented kind of person. So I want to nip that shit in the bud. Okay. Like, so if you're ready for this, if you're ready to know, like, all right, what do I get to stop doing? Right. Because women, like the women I'm talking to, y'all are doing a lot. You guys are doing extra. You're doing all of the things, right? Like, if you're ready to do less, to stop doing something really annoying and to like get the results that you want, especially in your relationship, I want you to comment ready and let me know, because how we do anything is how we do everything, right? So how it happens in our relationship is probably happening in our business, is probably happening in other places, but we'll get to that in a second, okay? So before I get started, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Michelle Kanan. I'm the founder of the Femme Flame Method, and I'm also known as the Have It All Queen. And what I do is I help women have an incredible experience in life. I help you become a habit all queen in your life because you learn how to master your three most important relationships, which is your relationship with yourself, your relationship with the universe, and your relationship with your partner. Okay. And so the vibe is you are just so fucking powerful because, and not in this like, kind of way, but just in this trusting kind of like, kind of way, because you're so connected and you feel totally in flow as you're building a life that's full of everything that you want, like down to the tiniest detail. No compromising ever, ever, right? Who wants to compromise? It's a pleasure based life full of like freedom and fun and wealth and all of your dreams coming true. And especially if you're in a relationship, your dreams coming true together, right? Because we see a lot women, get older, get more successful, get more powerful, and it feels like, divorce or separation or a lot of complaints in relationships. And it doesn't have to be like that. So, if you know what I'm talking about, like if you have that kind of relationship where you're deeply connected to yourself, the universe, and your man, like I want you to say, I got that because I want to celebrate you, right? Like, I see so many like in the tabloids and hearing friends gossip. There is a lot of shit going down in relationships behind the scenes. So if you don't have that going on, type I got that because I just want to celebrate you for being an example, being an expander of a woman that can have that kind of life with her partner. But if you don't, again, no shame. And if you want more of that in your life, career, relationship, just comment, I want that, right? Because it's so important. I take what we want, right? Our desires, or maybe they're secret desires inside of us, and I bring them out into the world and I help you make them real. And the first way that we do that is you have to know what you want. And then if you say, I want it, okay? So if that sounds good to you, just say, I want that. That's going to be like the first easiest step for you to have that. And if you're ready to be a have it all queen and to master these three most important relationships, the one with yourself, with the universe, and with your man, so you always feel like you're on fire because everything you touch turns to gold and you always get what you want, so you can fucking kiss goodbye that stupid feeling of it's never enough and I have to do more, that like the one that lives deep inside of your soul, then I want you to comment or DM me the word ignited because I have 3 more fire starter calls where I'm going to show 3 lucky women how to have the juiciest, like easiest way to experience this kind of satisfaction in a really super fun chat together. I only have 3 more of those left this month. So if you want to talk about how you can have that in your life, like super fun, just leave a comment, ignited, or just shoot me a DM so that you can grab it. Okay, let's get into it because there is an epidemic, right? We don't have to talk about the pandemic anymore. There is an epidemic of women who are fucking unsatisfied. Okay. Like literally, I just spent last weekend with an amazing group of brilliant like sisters. Like it's a sisterhood what we have. We do journeys together and we do a lot of spiritual really fun stuff together, and they all happen to be about 10 years ahead of me, right? And so I have this really interesting perspective. I got to be a bit of a fly in the wall and look at what relationships look like 10 years ahead, right? Like in 10 years time when I'm with my husband, what is it going to be? And what I saw was, it really like touched my heart and it made me sad. I saw a lot of women that weren't getting what the fuck they want and that were feeling disappointed in their relationships and were feeling like they needed to look outside of their relationships for the satisfaction that they wanted, and women that were going at, thinking about getting divorced or were separating from their partners or were feeling unfulfilled in their marriages or whose husbands didn't want to touch them or so many different things. And I was like, damn, right? Like, because that's not the future that I want for my relationship. And a lot of women I talk to, they say the relationship's okay. They say the relationship's fine, right? Like, they're not in abusive relationships and they're not like ready necessarily to divorce their partners, although some women I talk to are, and that's totally fine too. I work with women in all different stages. But you know, what I realized and what I want to share with you today is that most women, brilliant women, like powerful women, like women that are just going after their dreams and just like getting it, most of y'all fucking compromise when it comes to your relationship. And that's this epidemic that I'm talking about, where so many women are like, my relationship is fine. It's fine. My marriage is fine. It's okay. There's no big problem. Like, sure, would I like him to, you know, clean up the dishes in the sink? Like, sure, would I like him to pick up his clothes from the floor? Sure, would I like him to take me on more dates or surprise me with flowers or plan a vacation or come home with making more money or feel his energy in a different way or be more of a leader? Yeah, that would be great. But you know what? Like, everything's fine. You know, like, he's a good husband, like, he's a good dad, like, things are working the way that they are. Like, would I like more? Like, yes, I would like more, but it's okay. Mm. Woo! Okay, ladies, my loves, I totally get it. I totally fucking get it. Like, of course. Why would you want to rock the boat? Why would you want to say or do something that might threaten your relationship when everything is fine, right? Why would you do something that makes things feel like scary, or maybe it'll fall apart, or maybe if you tell him the truth about how you really feel, like maybe you would be on the road to divorce or separation, or you might find out some ugly things, or maybe you'd confront the fact that he's not the man that you thought that he could be or that you want to be, or why? Let's just like let's just keep things cool, right? Let's just keep things cool, and we'll just keep going. And now here's the thing, like, I totally get that. I totally understand that logic, but there's a problem. And that problem is deep down in your soul, in your belly, in your heart of hearts, in the back of your mind. All of this on the surface, fine, it's fine, it is fine. But something below the surface is not. There is a nagging fucking feeling. There is a voice. There is an energy. There is something inside of you that's like, I want more. And if you're in this place where it's easier for you to say it's fine instead of listen to that voice, I get it. But if you're watching this video, you probably know that voice exists and you're sort of like curious, like, huh. And if you knew what I knew, and if you could see what I see from the side of, me helping so many women in this in this regard, you would understand that that voice is never going to fucking go away, and it is going to be scratching at your back door until you pay attention to it, or until you freaking explode and you are ready to call it quits in your relationship. And if you don't want to get to that place, which I do not, right? I don't want to get to that place in my relationship. And I want to be with my husband forever, and I want to build and grow forever, right? Like, the thing that successful women do, that successful women like me, and when I say successful, I don't just mean, oh, it's because I make a certain amount of money. I mean, it's because every fucking thing in my life is exactly how I want it to be. Exactly how I want it to be. I'm not fucking bullshitting you right now, okay? I The reason that I have that in my life, the reason that I feel like I get to be the mom that I want to be, and I love being a mom, and why I am the wife that I want to be, and I enjoy being a wife, and the business owner that I want to be, and I enjoy the way that I run my business, and the friend that I want to be, and that I live in the house that I want to live at. The reason is that I'm never fucking compromising, ever, ever, ever. And when I want something, I have full alignment and clarity energetically in my body that I'm gonna fucking get it. Okay. Now I know I'm doing this because I'm from Queens, New York, and I have a little bit of a New York attitude. Okay. But what I want to say is that that alignment and that energy in me is not coming from a place of resentment or anger or feeling bitchy or feeling like I'm not getting what I want, right? That is coming from an energetic and from a place of, I know what I want and I fucking get it. And everybody wants to play with me, especially my husband, especially my clients, especially my daughter, especially the universe, and most importantly, especially myself, because I never compromise my needs. I never compromise my desires. And I get everything that I want in a way that feels pleasurable, in a way that feels fun, in a way that feels expansive, and in a way that makes others, my husband, the universe, want to join with me to give me what I want, because everybody knows that me getting what I want is beneficial for everyone. The ripple effects are fucking endless for everyone. You ever hear that expression, happy wife, happy life? When I am happy, when I am fulfilled, when my energy is radiant and mm, everybody fucking wins. Everybody fucking wins. And so we have a culture in our home. We have a culture in my business. We have a culture in my mothering. We have a culture in our friendships where I get everything. And this is so fucking important, right? Because some of you might be listening to this and thinking, well, if you get everything you want, like, does that mean your husband doesn't get what he wants and that like other people sort of are like shit out of luck because you're always happy? This is a major limiting belief. I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you had that thought. I'm glad I'm speaking to it right now, because the reason is that it doesn't happen that way is that in our marriage, the way that we make sure that not only am I growing and getting everything that I want, but my husband is growing and getting everything he wants too, is that no matter how busy we are, no matter how successful we get, no matter how much we grow, no matter how many responsibilities we have, he's getting everything he fucking wants too. Because what I teach is about having something I call 100-100 relationships. And I remember in the beginning of my relationship with my husband, we had a fight. And I remember him saying to me, I was like, babe, if we're going to be in a relationship, we're going to need to learn how to compromise. And he said to me, I will never compromise. And I remember being so afraid, like, who am I, getting involved with? What does this mean? Because we've been taught that you have to compromise, that you're supposed to give things up, that you have to meet in the middle. What kind of culture does that create in your relationship and in your life? Because remember, how we do anything is how we do everything. And I bet if you are compromising in your relationship, you are absolutely compromising in what you accept in your business, what you accept in your friendships, what you accept from your mother, what you accept from all these different places, right? What kind of culture is that where nobody's fully happy, right? Where the underlying energy is like, I'm never going to get everything and he's never going to get everything. So let's find something in the middle so that we can both be happy and sort of keep things going. Because then it's just, well, how long can we keep things going like this until one of you get unhappy enough to need to make a major difference? And for a lot of women, that means leaving the relationship. And it doesn't have to be like that. Okay. You get to right now get everything you want and see how once you do that, your husband, your partner gets to step up and to have everything that he wants too. This is the fundamental of what I teach, right? And look, for those of you that are dealing with frustration because you're not getting that in your relationship, I want to say, like, hello, I'm a human being. How are you? I get frustrated too, right? But how I deal with it is not by going, hey, you didn't do this thing. You didn't pick up after yourself. You didn't put down the toilet seat. You didn't play enough with your daughter. You didn't write. It's never about him being the problem. Okay. Now, do we communicate? Do we talk? 100%? 100% we talk. Although a lot of times what I really love is doing what I'm about to tell you. And then he just automatically sort of aligns and shifts. And that happens a lot with my clients where they're like, I think my husband learned how to read my mind. And I'm like, it's not just your mind, because what you need to learn how to do, right? And it's so simple. It's so great. And every fucking powerful woman bypasses this shit. Is you just need to learn how to prioritize the way that you want to feel and doing what you want to do first. Right? Because it never works when you go to yell at him, or because even if he does what you want him to do, you still feel annoyed. Like you had to tell him, you had to do all this stuff. And so many women I talk to are like, I don't want to have to work on my marriage. I don't want to have to tell him more things. Yeah, don't. Literally don't. Like, everything I teach is that you stop doing all this shit that you don't want to do and that you have to do. Don't do any of that stuff anymore. So when I'm frustrated with my husband, instead of blowing up at him, I retreat into my lair, into my den, and I do the energetic practices and I do the work. I call it work. It's not even fucking work. It's so easy. It's just about reconnecting with everything that I want how I want it to be, learning how to take care of those feelings inside of me, and then reconnecting with my partner. And the reason why that's so important is most of us, A, don't know how to do that, which means that we're just reliving childhood patterns, a lot of like traumatic childhood patterns. And B, that's why we feel so disempowered in our relationships, right? Because y'all are waiting for your husband to change or be different or step up in order for you to be happy. This is the opposite. This is putting all the power back in your hands, where you get to see how good you get to feel, where you get to make choices that are about what lights you up and what makes you feel delicious, and that lets you embody and be the woman that you want to be, and watch how everything meets you at this new level. That's the fucking vibe. Like, no more going down into this energy that doesn't feel good for you in order to make things different, because that's how most people do everything, right? They feel stress, or they feel pressure, or they feel anxiety, or they feel anger, and that's like the motivation for change. Why? Why? Sure, sometimes we need those things, and that's totally fine, but that doesn't have to be your default. You get to have a life, you get to have a relationship, you get to be in a zone with yourself that is fueled by pleasure and by inspiration and by desire and by expansion and by fun. We have so much fucking fun in the work that I do with my clients. And when you light your desire on fire, which is one of the pillars in my Femme Flame methodology, you finally get to embody this energy where you understand how freaking powerful you are without needing to push anyone else or manage anyone else or tell anyone else what to do, or you just really truly get to learn how to light yourself the fuck up, so you have the most incredible relationship with yourself. You're always listening to what you want, these like pings of inspiration, and it always feels like you're in momentum and moving forward, and then everything gets to join you, right? After that, like once you have your desire on fire, once you're in this amazing relationship with yourself, what's really cool is how much magic happens. And that's pillar 2 of my Femme Flame methodology, your relationship with the universe. It's called turning up your Femme Flame, because it's cool to want things, right? But then a lot of you are like, okay, I want stuff, but then I have to do stuff. I don't want to fucking do more stuff. Yeah, maybe don't, right? Again, with this, but I don't want to. I got you. If you don't want to do it, we're not going to do it anymore. Period. Sounds pretty good, right? And a lot of our mind, our ego is afraid, like, oh, but if I don't do things, how are things going to happen? Baby, that's where the relationship with the universe and your man comes in. Let's talk about the universe first, right? When your Femme Flame is turned on, when your desire is on fire, the energy of the universe, the creational energy around you is like, oh, that bitch, like, I want to do stuff with her. I want to give her things. I want to surprise her. I want to bring her clients. Like, I want, like, you're a fucking vibe, and everybody's just like, I want that. Let's do things. Let's party. Let's pay her. Let's have fun. And life feels really fucking good, right? So you're connected to yourself. You and the universe, woo, are a fucking team. All right. Everything's cruising, everything's going. And guess what happens next? Your man is just like, hold up. Like, who is this fucking queen over here? Like, I remember her from the beginning of the relationship. I remember how much fun she was and how exciting everything was and how cool she was and how I wanted to spend every minute of every day with her. Like, wow, I feel that energy again. She is a back. And if I want to be in her life, if I want to feel lucky enough for her to love me, then I'm going to need to step my shit up, because she is fucking amazing and she deserves the best, and she knows she deserves the best, and I better be the best. And maybe I haven't been doing my best, and she's been telling me that, but now it's like from him, he's like, I want to change. I want to be the man that she needs me to be, not just for her, but for myself. And that is the best fucking feeling in the world. Can I tell you, when my husband did that, like, he just sent me a text message even a couple days ago that he is proud of the man that he's becoming, but also that I am proud of the husband that he is to me. Like, how fucking good is that, right? And we've been together for like over a decade at this point, so that when I see relationships with women 10 years in advance and I see what they're struggling with, I really get to breathe this sigh of relief that that's not the path that we're going down because I get everything that I want now. I'm not in a relationship that has a culture of not enough and it's okay and I'm settling and he's settling and we're just going to keep going on in this direction. And that's what I want for you. I want you to have this kind of relationship where you are just feeling like a fucking have it all queen, okay? Where your vibe brings everybody and everything like up to this level where you never fucking compromise, where you never agree to shit that you don't want to do, where you never just like, okay, I'm just gonna like accept this. This is just like as best as it's gonna get because that voice inside of you is never gonna shut up. That voice is your divine guidance, that is your intuition, that is your higher self calling you, guiding you. It wants to take you to the promised land, whatever your promised land is, by the way. For every woman, it is different. And so let's uncover what that is. Like what, when I talk to women on some of my discovery calls and I ask them, like, tell me anything you want. Like, if I give you a magic wand, tell me anything you want. And they're like, oh, well, it would be great if my husband would, clean up the kitchen. And I'm like, girl, what? That's it? Like, we can fix that in a day. Like, what's the big, crazy, exciting things that you want? And so many women are not allowing themselves, are blocking themselves from even being connected to that because you're afraid you're not going to get it and because you're so used to compromising and not getting what you want. Okay. So if this is speaking to you, I want you to comment the word ignited below, or I want you to shoot me a DM. If you're ready to be a have it all queen that is like walking down the street and or walking into your kitchen and you're like, I'm a bad bitch, I get everything, and you feel like you have the most incredible relationship with yourself, you never fucking compromise with the universe, you're always getting everything that you want, and with your man because he is showing the fuck up as a powerful presence, leader, a sexy motherfucker in your life again. Like, I want you to comment or send me the DM with the word ignited because I want you to have everything without compromise. Okay. Like, not with yourself, not with your man, and certainly not in what life gives you. All of your relationships should be giving you everything so that you can fucking enjoy this life that you're working so hard for. Okay. So be one of the 3 lucky women to grab this fire starter call. Let's chat. I'm really fucking psyched to meet you. All right. And if you know a woman that needed to fucking hear this, tag her, send this to her, get her in touch with me. Like, all women deserve to have this level of satisfaction. I'm here to end the pandemic and the epidemic of unsatisfied women. Y'all deserve to have it all. And I love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.